Welcome to the CoinGuy.Bitcoin. You're watching me on Web 3.0. I am joined by my fabulous friend Angel, who is always a great time, and I'm glad he's here to ask pertinent questions. How are you doing today?
Pertinent and pertinent. Yes, pertinent and pertinent. Very good.
I noticed that you were in a wonderful place that you sent me some videos of, so I just wanted to say how fabulous that looked.
It was stunning. Zion National Park, southern Utah.
Amazing. Now, this screen that we show right now is the Bitcoin all-time chart. You're able to follow it from last cycle's high until this current 2021 run and the 2020 move. And then now we are down considerably a lot at 22,600 when the all-time high is 69,000. We did have a great big move today. If we zoom into today's candle, you can see that Bitcoin probably moved around 10% today and just had a whopping, highly coincidental right at the moment that the Fed came out and announced that, oh, we might be in a recession, but we're redefining the term recession. Boom, Bitcoin went up. And that's why, because people are hedging their bets against inflation and recession and economic downturn. And we see that within one day, the candle recovery is coming back.
Well, now you said this all-time chart, meaning I saw went back to 2018. Is that when Bitcoin started?
Bitcoin started,
is that right?
On January 4th, 2009.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of goes.
You didn't mean all time. You okay?
When I mean all-time high, that was the
what I was seeing here was from 2018.
Yeah, so this was the last cycle.
This on your other video.
Yeah, this is the last cycle that we did.
Okay.
So we can move over, and Bitcoin had a 2014 cycle, a little bit in 2013. And then we went on a giant run in 2020, and then a giant run in 2021. And now we're sitting down here.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So one of the things that I like to bring to the table is to bring esoteric research and to bring some not so common knowledge from what I would have been specializing in a few years ago, to bring that to crypto and try and see if we can divulge some of the information. So one of the things that I like to focus on is the Jewish holidays and, of course, the Jewish cycle of the Shemitah. The Shemitah is a 7-year cycle, and the Shemitah started in September 7th, 2021, and it will finish on September 26th, 2022. So we're very, very close to an end date. And I'm going to show you on the chart what happened.
You just said that you just said 7 years and then said the dates 2021 and 2022.
Yes,
it's a year.
It's a year-long event.
Did you say the wrong date?
No, it's a year-long event that starts on September 7th, 2021 and goes till September 26th, 2022. But then there's a 7-year gap in between the next, basically it's almost like the Sabbath day, but it's the Sabbath year.
Oh, I see. Okay. And we're in the Sabbath year at the moment.
Currently.
Okay.
So in September, on the 7th, 2021, this red candle that we're seeing on the screen here, this is the Shemitah day. As you could see, we started off the morning at $53,000, and at 9:11 a.m. in the morning, it dropped to 42,000. So that is a move. Almost 25%.
Wow.
In a minute. That all happened at exactly 9:11 in the morning, and it just completely capitulated down and drove everyone insane and made people wig out going, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. Now, if you're watching this channel, or if you've heard some of the crazy things I've been mentioning with my moon indicators, I was
Yeah.
able to, so I'm going to overlay the moon. These yellow ones are new moons,
Yeah.
and the gray ones are full moons. So I was just in the middle of my thesis that we were approaching a new moon, which means the market was going to be pumping. So we had this action over the last 14-day period where it was going up and considerably up over the last couple of moons. So I was having a really good time with my portfolio, realizing gains through this entire period. I had my thesis that we were going to have an awful morning, the morning of the Shemitah. So I was able to cash out coins here, cash out coins here, and just basically sit on the profit on like a holding pattern when I put it into like a tether, like a stable coin.
Wow.
When this happened, I watched the market completely capitulate, go down, drop 25% in Bitcoin. And generally, when Bitcoin moves 5%, the alts move 10 to 20%. So the altcoins just completely crapped out. Some of them lost 65% in a minute. So I was able to take the giant amount of profit that I was sitting on, watch the market dump, and then enter directly on this bottom.
And you said you put it into a tether coin, which is a coin that's attached more significantly to the dollar.
They have different what they call stable coins, and each coin is a representation of one US dollar. So like USDT is tether, USDC is circle. That one is kind of the one I'm using a lot more now because tether is kind of another story. We can get into that later. But so basically, I had money on the sidelines as I was cashing out that didn't go up or down in value, staying in a stable rate. When the market collapsed, I was able to take that stable rate of the high value I had up here, buy back in down here, all in like a 2-minute process, and then watch the market go on a run. So let me just take some of those away and go back to my moving. So
okay. So when you're saying cashing out, you're saying cashing out, you're not going to cash dollars, you're going to a tether coin associated with dollars, but it's still in the cryptocurrency market.
Yes, correct. Now, I might use the term cash out loosely. I would never, almost never, would show up for fiat dollars. I'm basically allergic to fiat dollars. I don't want them. So when I put money on timeout, it's basically I took my coins off the market. I've bought in a stable coin, and I'm sitting in a stable coin on the sidelines, which is what I was able to do on this giant day. So it worked out really well that I knew that the moon was coming in and we were having a Shemitah day at the same time. So one of the things that we've been able to touch on is the numbers. You realize that I've been highly influenced by numerology, and I like to use what we call master numbers, or your double ones, your double twos, your 33s, 88s, anything that is your builder numbers, the things that basically are like Masonic or something that would be able to tell you, we were here type of scenario. So
November 22nd, 33 Masonic, 9/11.
Yes.
Okay.
Every one of these. And then just the numerology itself, 11 is special, 22 special, 33 special, all of your builder numbers. So I just like to take that marker that we have right here, the September 7th marker, and I'm going to just draw back until you see one of these capitulation days. So if you notice, from September 7th, we go forward or backwards in time, 77 days, and we hit this day right here where we have a giant wick candle that would have made everyone have a panic attack. And that's just going.
It looks like it goes down, then up, then down, then up in a super short period of time where you just were, right?
Each one of these days, or each one of these lines on the chart, is an individual day. And when you see a wick that comes down like this, down to the bottom.
What's a wick? What's a wick?
Each one of these is called a candle.
Okay. Each day
Each
indication of what
individual
happened.
line is a
Okay.
candle, and
Okay.
up here we see which time frame we're in, so we could set it to weeks, to months, to days, to hours.
Okay. Okay.
In the actual day itself, what you can see is there'll be a day where a candle or a wick goes all the way down. That means that the price bottomed out down here. But
Are you
by
off my
the
screen? Your X was off my screen just there.
okay,
Sorry.
so I'll try and sorry, I'm on my drawing tool. I'll make one of these really big. So
Okay.
when you see a candle like this, and it looks like there's a big body, but there's a long wick to the bottom, that means that the
Okay.
price went down, but before the end of the day, and the day means 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the price got bought back up.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
So on this
that's
day,
what all those little lines are. That it went that high, but then
yeah. So on this particular day, it went from a $43,000 down to a $29,000, but by the end of the day, it got bought back up to 36,000. So a huge move day.
Okay.
But let's just pay attention to that day, because I've actually looked at this and I want to show you when we're on the Shemitah day, September 7th. We go 77 days ahead. We're at this collapse day. But if we go to that one I was just showing you, that is 111 days, the 111.
Wow.
And that is a day that lives in infamy in my heart, because this May 19th collapse was one of the days where, my portfolio lost 70% in 4 minutes. I had to go home, explain to the family why we're broke again. So that's one of those utter collapse scenarios. Now, an interesting thing about that, May 19th, to anybody that studies Jewish lore would realize that that is day one of the new year. So it's pretty unique to be able to pick out Jewish holidays and make those as your focal points of days that you're counting to and from. And then other holidays actually come in and are almost like markers. And like I said, we're using this double digit, like 22, 33, when we're able to spot from that.
Yeah.
Now, is it true? Does it go the other way? Well, let's just take our marker again, and we'll find September 7th. And we go this way. This giant candle here that went down is 88 days from the Shemitah in advance.
Wow.
So 111 days leading up to the Shemitah, we have a giant event right here. 77 days leading up to the Shemitah, we have an event. The Shemitah itself, we have a giant dip event. 88 days after the Shemitah, we have another one of these giant candles. So it's almost like we could put a lot of weight behind the dates that we're picking, the numerology that goes with it, and what actually comes out because of it. So basically that leads to the question, any reason.
How long ago did you figure all this? How long ago did you figure all this out?
The Shemitah I actually caught on to.
Lost all that.
The Shemitah itself I caught on to when we were talking 5 or 6 years ago, because it was one of the numerology things that I was into.
But you didn't pay the May 19th messed you up, and from then on you started paying attention to these, and now you've recovered your losses, or what?
On May 19th, it was such a shock to my system of what happened and how much money I had lost that I had to really dive into what's happening, why am I missing this? There has to be some sort of pattern, or
that's what it seems,
knowledge, or something that seems deeper than just watching other people on YouTube and trying to find out what they're talking about. So that's when I really started to be like, okay, wait a minute, what about that Shemitah thing that I used to talk about? And I realized where it was, and then we started looking at the master builder numbers, and it was just this realization that it seemed like the moon cycles, the Jewish holidays, and numerology meant more to what actually was the outcome than what you would hear people talking about on the Twitter or the YouTube. And that's kind of when I basically just stuck to my own thing.
Okay. Well, good. And it's working, I hope. I mean, this is so clear that you ought to be making a whole bunch of money.
Well, just to show you the indicators on the moon again, we talked just a few days ago, maybe at the beginning of the month. And this had happened, or this was our, I think maybe we had talked back here, but from the last,
we talked
from the last moon cycle.
And the lower ones are full and the upper ones are new. Right.
You would have gone up, but you would have had a 23% move waiting 8 days, 23% return. And then you would have sold your, let's say your Bitcoin, and you would have watched it crash back down, and it would have dropped another 15 to 16%.
Okay.
So you take your,
and those last two candles are a big down and a big up, right?
So now we go from the last moon that you would have bought on.
Yeah.
And within 8 days again, you were up 28%. So it's almost like buying opportunity of the cycle is on the full moons, and then selling opportunity of the cycle is on the opposite, is on the new moon. So you could be taking 25%, 20% swings every 8 to 10 days.
Yeah. I heard it's a full moon tomorrow. So that's a full moon there. The little gray one to the left. Where's the new moon that happened, or
so
the last new moon?
So this is the last new moon. The next new moon will be right here tomorrow. We'll be showing up in this spot. And as you
I heard tomorrow's full moon. It's new moon. Were they incorrect this morning?
Yeah, tomorrow is a full moon or a new moon.
It is.
We should be getting a new
meeting.
We should be getting a new yellow dot tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
The 28th.
So it hasn't been that long since we've spoken. Okay, that makes sense. I was at this foo meeting today, and they said new full moon. They meant new moon. Okay. Fat lot they know.
So while I was saying this was supposed to be a new moon tomorrow, and we should be getting some pump energy, it was rather coincidental that during the last couple of days we're getting this downward energy, even though right here is going to be our new moon. And then sure as all heck, here we go today, we get a 10% bump and we're going back up, and tomorrow is the new moon. So it's really? It's happening again. Everybody was screaming, oh no, the coins are going down. And I'm giggling because I know that it's probably going to bump back up by tomorrow.
Okay.
So yesterday I made a video. I wanted to do this with somebody online, but no one was available. So yesterday I made a video where I actually draw out the prediction of where this is going to go. Anybody can look up the very last video that's on my channel. I'll pull it up on screen in just a second.
Well, you were telling me before you think it's going to do a major up thing again, like a really big one, even higher than the last all-time high coming up.
That will be like a whole nother cycle. But what I'm saying for the immediate short term is you've got a new moon coming very shortly after you've got your full moon coming. Then we have the new moon again. I'm just roughly drawing these in.
Yeah.
A full moon again. But what really we want to look out for is in September. I'm just going to slide this whole thing over. In September, we have that Shemitah day on the 26th.
Oh, okay. So it's going to go down.
Yeah, the 25th is another full moon or new moon. Sorry, I misspoke. So you can expect
going
So
to
you
be
can-
good on the 25th.
You can basically expect this
Talk on the
pattern.
26th.
New moon tomorrow, full moon in a week and a half. Then next month, the next month. But in September, I would expect a nice pump for the 25th. And then a
Okay.
dramatic beyond belief dump on the 26th. Like, I'm literally going to probably take every coin I have out of the market on the 25th and just watch everything collapse on the 26th and jump back in at a major discount.
Okay. And I'm going to send this video to my smart friends.
Good. And then
Fascinating.
that's basically the easiest swing trade that on a monthly basis you could be getting 20 to 30% without doing anything besides
That's really
knowing
something.
what day of the month the moon is.